But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer, so I feigned my own death and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, the Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognize. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of. These things were all a part of my script. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. If you hadn't created the pressure of a...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and...
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, my agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
No mames, cuánto rato llevo grabando. No sé cuántos capítulos he grabado y ni he subido.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
En otro camino.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those
So Rex Lapis is really... But they...
Oh, come on. There's only one real
Fatui?
Shh.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one in...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. I mean, it all... Still, what sort of supernatural prowess?
Ah, forget it.
Hear ye all! The Qixing's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mount, gods and adepti live glorious lives. But both light and shadow have their season. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not, and nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not could the Qixing... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and...
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that
the long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price.
Whoa.
¿Por qué me miran?
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
¿Hablé? No mames, hablé. Ya, pues, ¿qué tengo que hacer? Habla con la gente de apps, con estos.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
Ah, creo que sí.
Why you? Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me.
Ah, está bien.
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done. I didn't...
Bueno, nosotros tampoco yo solo permiso para que... ¡Ah, no! Ah, para.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll... And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down... Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinyue Kia.
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to... rehearse.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were but since you weren't used to not being able to just make more and more...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the city of the Archon Morak. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Right?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of will at it, this is what vision...
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize...
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the soul.
Whoa!
The Animo Archon, the fact that even I, knowing her, 7 ideals for 7... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?